ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You are listening to KSFS San Francisco at beccamedia.net/KSFS radio. That being said, welcome to another episode of Something Sporty. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Happy Monday.
I hope your Monday is off to a good start. Well, I hope your week is off to a good start. I am Eric, and I have my lovely co-host,
aka Sid or Gian, and we also have a
guest on the show. Another guest on the show. Introduce yourself.
My name's Dominic Klima.
All right, Dominic, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on to Something Sporty.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We always love to have guests. Last time we had Ben. Now we have you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we've been having guests left and right as of late, and Dominic has been continuing that streak for us. So maybe we'll have that streak continuing next week. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
in the meantime, I have a couple questions for you, Dominic, that I've been
Absolutely.
wanting to ask you for a while. So why did you go into Becca? Like, why did you choose Becca as your major?
Same as you, Eric. I want to be a broadcaster for sports, definitely hockey. Just seeing, I was even talking to my dad about this a couple of weeks ago. The Bay Area is just spoiled with so many good broadcasters, from Randy Hahn to Krupenkike, and I don't know the Warriors broadcaster's name, but he's pretty good, and it'd be cool to kind of be up there with those guys one day.
Yeah, so from my understanding, you want to go into commentating. So what sports would you like to do, preferably?
The big one's definitely ice hockey. Played hockey for a long time. I just started doing broadcasting softball for SF State, and I think I could do good in baseball, anything, but I think hockey and car racing would be pretty fun to do. But
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, like what kind of car racing? Are we talking Formula One? Are we talking NASCAR? Or
Oh yeah, NASCAR is good.
Yeah, I would say probably both. I think they both have their elements of, different broadcasting needs. I think NASCAR would be a lot of fun because they're really, really vocal and they talk with each other. But F1, there's a lot going on. You really got to know what you're doing, but you also get some of the best racing in the world in F1. So I think they both have their strengths there.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Also for the F1, you get fly around all over the place, like Italy or what is it, Santa Monica or something when they do racing. So that would be great for F1 commentator.
Yeah, or Italy or Monte Carlo or just like anywhere in Europe, really.
Yeah, well, shoot, they're even in they have the Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Canada, Bahrain. It's all over now.
Yeah, and they have one coming to Vegas this November.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe me, my older brother, who's like a huge Formula One fan, are like trying to, well, it's at least an idea for now, to like go over to Las Vegas and like watch the Grand Prix over there.
Yeah, no, definitely. That they've never done anything like that, like ever. It's crazy how they're doing this. So I definitely say to go do it.
Like in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're gonna shut down the whole strip,
Uh-huh.
and they're gonna race on it.
Huh?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
At
That's like
the
the
strip?
big thing. Yeah. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's like the big thing about it.
Oh, that's why it was so big. I heard like
Yeah.
those just when I was looking for like it's like hotels around my birthday because my family want to go there on November. It was the hotel was like per night it's like almost like a K.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's why. Because
Like
they're
mostly near.
racing. Yeah. Because were you looking like on the strip?
Yeah, on the strip. Yeah,
They're racing literally like on the strip.
that's crazy. They will
yeah.
close down the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wait. I have one more question. So for like Formula One, is this the first time they're going to be in the U.S. for the Grand Prix, or?
No, so they've been racing in the U.S. since, I want to say, at least the 90s. But
Okay,
so,
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, because they have the U.S. Grand Prix every year in Texas, in the Circuit of the Americas. Just last year, they actually raced. Where did the Dolphins play again? What's that called?
Like Miami?
Yeah. But they raced like in the stadium though. That was the cool thing. Is they put a track through the stadium and all around. I just forget,
really?
Yeah, I forgot what the stadium's called. But yeah. And then
Hard Rock Stadium.
Hard Rock,
As in Hard Rock Cafe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So that's what they did. And then they have the race in Vegas this year. So there's going to be 3 U.S. races on the calendar, which they've never done. So
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, Dominic, we usually start the show with shouting out our teams who recently competed over the past week/weekend.
Yep.
So, baseball competed over the weekend against Cal State LA. So they had a whole series, of course. Game 1, March 31st, the Gators went up against the Golden Eagles. The Gators didn't score until the third inning, thanks to leadoff singles from Sammy Gonzalez and Daniel Santos. But Upstill got a hit to make it bases loaded in the fourth inning. Gardner, with a hit, made it a 4-0 lead. And later on, Hamovitz got the job done with a 2-run homer as the Gators got the win in that first game, 6-0. San Francisco State drew 6 walks and 2 hit pitches, with Sammy Gonzalez drawing both of them. Gonzalez led the team in runs with 3. Schrader, Gardner, and Upstill each had 2 RBIs for the Gators. And the following day was game 1 of the Saturday doubleheader. The Eagles had a 2-run home run of their own in the early stages of the Saturday game. When the Eagles got to bases loaded, Gabriel Lopez stepped up on the home base, denying the grand slam opportunity. Gardner hit a double to cut the deficit to 1 in the 7th inning.
Ooh, that's
The
good.
Eagles extended the lead over 2 innings, followed by a Cody Gardner 2-run homer. Cunningham followed up with a base hit, but Schrader grounded out to second and ended the rally, losing the game 4-2. However, in Game 2 of that doubleheader, the Gators scored a whopping 10 runs off the plate in the first inning. A run from Schrader brought the lead up to 11. Eagles kept the Gators scoreless for the next 3 innings and also getting 3 runs. Later on, the Gators scored 3 more runs in the 6th. The final score, 14-3.
They got destroyed. That's crazy. 10 in first inning.
Yeah. And here's where things got interesting. The following game, the next day, it ended up being the same score, 14-3. What? Yeah. What are the odds of that?
Yeah. Actually, the Giants earlier today played the White Sox and they won. I want to say it was 14-3.
Are you
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, we need to look it up.
Yeah.
They definitely, because they had 7 homers on the day. Villar had 2. Definitely better than they played yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So, how did that happen, you might ask? Well, Michael Cunningham got the first run of the game, followed by a Cody Gardner RBI. Later on in the 5th inning, the Gators hit 4 RBI singles in a row before loading up the bases and forcing a pitching change. Gonzalez hit the 5th RBI single of the inning to give the Gators a 9-2 lead. Justin Clark hit an RBI. Gavin Hamovitz and Nick Upstill hit triples, which allowed Daniel Santos to score. And that's how the Gators won 14-3. Now, on to softball. They had, I believe, 2 doubleheaders over the weekend.
Yeah, they were in a tournament. I think. It was
Yeah,
called
in the Tournament of Champions. And the Gators went on a roll over this weekend. So, as Dominic mentioned, they competed in the Tournament of Champions for the first time competing in a while, following a series of delays due to the ongoing storms that were hitting the Bay Area hard. And they went up against the Cougars, I think, from APU. Yeah, APU. So the Gators scored first off a single hit by Guerrera, but APU took the lead in the bottom half of the 9th inning. They were facing, the Cougars, sorry. The Gators took the lead back courtesy of back-to-back singles from Misasi and De Leon, which helped Gonzalez hit a sac bunt, and Misasi scored on a ground out. Then Guerrera unloaded on a full count pitch for a 2-run homer to left, and the 4-3 lead. Caitlin Maddox went the distance for her 7th complete game of the year. She threw 113 pitches and struck out 7.
Ooh.
Maddox gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits, with 4 walks to help with 4-3 win. Game 2 of the first doubleheader. After Chaminade, the other school that the Gators went up against, took the early 1-0 lead, but the Gators responded in the 4th with by a hit from Taya Vincent. Marissa Jordan RBI, and eventually led to Haley Wennington having her first collegiate hit of her career in the 6th inning, scoring on Liana Gonzalez's double to center field to make it a 5-2 lead. Heffernan tossed her team leading 8th complete game. She scattered 6 hits on 110 pitches. She walked 4 and struck out half a dozen.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Kai DeLeon in that game went 4 for 6 with 2 runs and an RBI. DeLeon also swiped a career-high 3 stolen bases in Game 2. She was also hit by a pitch. She leads the team with a .385 batting average and is tied for the team lead with 9 stolen bases. Danny Guerrero went 3 for 6 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a pair of runs. Mia Misasi went 2 for 5 with a pair of runs and an RBI. The second doubleheader, the Gators got on a roll thanks to Tea's sac bunt, Gonzalez's fielder choice bunt, and then the Tea Vincent scoring on a Nilsson ground out. Then Schultz hit a 2-run homer as the Gators allowed only 2 Western Washington runs. Then Game 2 of that doubleheader on April 1st, DeLeon doubled down the right field line and scored 2 batters later on another Vincent sacrifice bunt. Nilsson led the 2nd inning off with a triple to left and scored on an RBI single from Haley Wennington. Later on, a Gators fielding error in the 5th allowed Lainey Kasner to eventually score on a 2-out single from Maya Seaton. Misasi scored when the pair executed a 2-out double steal, which allowed Misasi to steal home, and that made it a 6-1 lead. Heffernan went 5 innings and did not allow an earned run, struck out 6 and allowed 4 hits and issued 3 walks. The 4th tourney game, April 2nd, they ended up going against St. Martin's University, I think. Yeah, St. Martin's. And that ended up being their 5th win on Sunday as the Gators improved to an overall record of 16-14 while also going undefeated against GNAC opponents. GNAC is another conference, from my understanding. Anyways, DeLeon led off with a single that Marley Gonzalez reached on a fielding error. Kira Nilsson hit a 2-run single through the right side that made it a 2-1 lead. Then Misasi added an insurance run in the 4th with a 2-out, full-count solo shot to left field, getting the win 3-1. And from my understanding, I think they won the whole tournament. I think I am not too sure. Do you know about that or?
I want to say that someone else from I think Humboldt won.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was looking at the CCAA Instagram earlier, and it said that the pitcher of the week was from Humboldt, and it mentioned that they won the whole thing.
Oh,
So
damn, that's crazy.
yeah.
Also in the Gators sporting world, we recently had our home track meet, the Mike Finelli Track Classic. So, yeah, very eventful 3 days, to say the least. On the women's side, Amy Christensen, Bakaria Moore-Bastide, and Matt Cecilio, before competing at Finelli, they competed at the Stanford Invite. They represented the Gators at the prestigious Stanford Invitational during the weekend, too. Christensen was the highlight for the Gators at the Stanford Invite. She broke the school outdoor record in pole vault with a mark of 3.62 meters and placed 4th in the event. And she currently has the top mark in the CCAA this season.
Good job, Amy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Congratulations. Huge congratulations to her for that accomplishment. Cecilio improved upon her season best mark in the triple jump and finished with a conference-leading mark of 11.92 meters, just 0.04 off from a provisional mark. The members of the 4x4 relay team put on a show, finishing with a season best of 359.28 to place second. The team of Asada, Sabrin, Lauren, and Dami got under 4 minutes for the first time this season and have the 4th best time in the conference so far. Meanwhile, Makaria Moore-Bastide got 1.65 meters in the high jump. Annika Pettinger ran an 18:16 5K on Friday at Finale. Was it Friday, the 5K?
Yeah, that was Friday.
Madison Algren and Lauren George hit 4.54 and 4.4 meters in the long jump, respectively. Amy hit 3.5 meters in pole vault. And in the high jump, Makaria Moore Bastide with 1.64 meters, Sabrina Carlpara with 1.48 meters, and Madison Algren with 1.38 meters. And then with the 1 mile, Annika Penninger got 5:15.85 in the 1 mile, Sydney Sire with 6:04, and Olivia Renfro with 6:08. Meanwhile, in the 800 meter, Marilyn Vasquez with 2.32.46.
PR for Maryland that day.
Oh, all right.
That's crazy.
Congratulations to her. Huge congratulations. For the 100 meter hurdles, Katie O'Brien with 15.85 seconds in the 100 meter hurdles. Madison Algren with 17.94 seconds. In the 400 meter, Asada hit 60 seconds flat. So did Demi Oyatayo. Sabre Knight with 62 seconds. And in the 100 meter, Gianna Meyer with 13.38 seconds in the 100 meter. And now on to the men's side. So me, Joey, and Aiden, we took on the 10K on Thursday, and yeah, it was brutal to say the least. Dude, like,
how come?
Apparently the track heated up pretty quickly, so yeah, it was just brutal for all of us. Joey ran a 33:11, I ran a 33:14, and Aiden, from my understanding, ran a 35:34. Yeah. As for the 5K, Jose ran 16 flat, and Gary ran 15:52. Wait. What did you get for the 5K? You ran it.
Yeah, I got a 16:20. That was kind of rough for me too. I didn't eat enough before, so I definitely paid for it. Like third lap, my stomach started to hurt, so I just kind of.
Like cramp.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So I just kind of just hung on in the pack and waited. But I think it was a fun race. Jose looked at his race and he knew exactly what he has to work on. Same with Gary. I think everyone on the team definitely knows what we got to work on. So, you're not going to PR every meet, and I think that's all right. Everyone knows that. But I think coming after that, like everyone just put on like a really good effort. Everyone looked good. They looked smooth. So I think that's what we should take away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said, Dominic. Yeah, I do agree with what you said about us knowing what each of us need to personally work on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we do have some time left, but at the same time, we're running out of time.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think our last meet is at Chico, assuming if you don't qualify for conference, which is early May. I want to say Chico is April.
Yeah, it is April.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's on Earth Day, April 22nd. So
Yeah,
2 weeks from Saturday, from my understanding.
Yep, like you said, we're running out of time.
Yeah, and the week before that, it's
Mathis.
Yeah, the Johnny Mathis invite and
2
senior
weeks
day.
in a row?
Yeah, we have back-to-back meets.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
but from my understanding, it's going to be like an optional thing. But
Chico?
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. Well, yeah. That's what our coach told
Oh,
me.
all right. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, but don't
talk
take my
about
word.
that later.
Nothing's set in stone, so don't take my word for it.
There's gonna be a lot of plate on you guys. There's also gonna be like finals week after that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
gonna
finals
be
is
cramping.
It's gonna be a long week.
Yeah, finals is going to be 2 weeks or so after conference,
Yeah.
so it's definitely going to be something. Yeah. Moving on from that, Kyle Patello, Stefano McKinney, Mikey Magruder, Conrad Trevino, they ran in the 4x4 against our distance group.
The wrestlers, baby.
Yes. The biggest surprise, at least in my opinion, of this season so far. They went up against our distance group that consisted of Josh Abrenica, Ben Hegler, Tyler Sharp, and Evan Jackson. The wrestlers ran a 3:45.29, while the distance runners ran a 3:50.88. But in the next day was the distance medley relay. And that was pretty fun to watch and commentate. Yeah, I did commentate during the distance medley relay.
well, that's good.
Yeah, and apparently, from my understanding, Bailey, one of mine and Dominic's teammates, said that my voice can be heard on Mile Split.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
running
I think
subscription
that's
thing.
right, because they had the mic turned up pretty loud, so they could probably hear it.
Yet the mic was extremely muffled and, like, comparatively speaking, quiet.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
I could hear it pretty well when I was hanging out over by the side. So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it depends like where you were in the stadium at
Yeah.
the time, but it still sounded muffled regardless.
Yeah, no, that's true. It did sound muffled. So I think the quality wasn't there, but it was loud enough. I think most people in the stands heard it.
Yeah, I mean the people in the stands, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But for us athletes on the field, different story. Very, very different story.
Yeah.
Anyways, the men's DMR team ran a 10:42:14, and then we had an alumni team run as well in the
Ooh.
DMR, and that consisted of Drew Feldman, Carlos Gonzalez, Rene Siqueiros. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not sure, and Michael Garaventa, and they ran a 12:15 for their DMR performance.
So they just came back to like join.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's-
I mean,
that's good.
it's an open event. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
literally open to every runner you can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open to literally everyone all over the world.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. And then to end the game, or the whole meet, the Gators were in the sprint medley relay. Gage Metler, Kyle Botello, Sean Yamasaki, and Joshua Brenica all ran a 4:04.52 to round out the weekend in their performance. And Josh ran like a 62 and a 76 for his 800 meter. He was the 800 meter leg in the sprint medley relay.
Was he the only one?
What do you mean?
Like for the 800? No, like
Yeah.
for
So from my understanding, it's a 200, 200, 400, 800.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's how it works in the sprint medley relay. But yeah, I'd say overall, it was a pretty solid weekend all around for all involved.
Yeah, you guys are busy this weekend.
Yeah, very, very busy weekend for all sports, really.
Did you guys even have a weekend at that point?
Well, a lack thereof.
Basically, and right after that, we have school Monday. Is basically.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
you barely have any time to like get your work done on time.
Sure.
But-
Yeah, Sunday was definitely the work day.
Yeah.
Staying up all night long.
Yeah.
I stayed up all night too. I was like, oh crap.
Welcome to the club. All right. So, yeah, that concludes our shout outs. Of course, shout out to everyone. Shout out to all of our athletes, really. Well, shout out to me, not to sound narcissistic. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to all of our San
Yeah.
Francisco State athletes. Keep up the great work, everybody. We truly appreciate your hard work.
Representing SF this, you guys are doing amazing.
And now on to more March Madness stuff. Well, the national championship game is going on right now.
Exactly right
UConn versus San Diego State. Before we dive into that, let's talk about the Final Four matchups that happened over the weekend. I was shocked by the ending of San Diego State versus Florida Atlantic. Like, I was rooting for
Florida Atlantic.
yes.
Yes, like
And yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but San Diego State made me eat those words.
I think you and Ben were rooting for Florida.
Yeah, at least I was. I can't recall what Ben was rooting for, but yeah, I mean, at least it was a close game.
Yeah.
Like, it literally came down to the final seconds. It wasn't like a blowout or anything, thankfully. Well, unlike UConn versus Miami, and that
Oh.
was like a 13-point blowout.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was looking at in my bracket earlier today, and I don't think I had UConn going past the Sweet 16. I think that was as far as I had them going, so now I'm kind of eating it. But yeah, you know, I think UConn, like, they're surprising everyone, but they're also not. Like, I feel like, I mean, every year UConn is like a force, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you know, UConn's in it, but like they never make it. Like, you know,
okay.
they're always there. They're always usually Elite 8 or even Final 4, but I think this is the first year, and it's got to be a while that they've made it to the final, right?
Yeah. The last time they made it to the Final Four, they ended up winning the national championship, and that was in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time they won their national title out of 3, if not 4 national titles.
Yeah. And then this is San Diego State's first time ever making it to the final, right? I don't think they've ever made
Yeah,
it
it was
this
the
far.
first time. Yeah, it's first time in program history where they made it all the way to the, well, just the national championship game, really.
Yeah, because that was the first Final Four as well. And then what about Florida? They made it to the Final Four once before, right?
Well, no, it was their first appearance in school and program history too.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they definitely made their presence known this year. Like, they were a complete nobody school
Yeah.
before this event, the same as Loyola Chicago, and now look where they are. Their presence is now well known after their historic Cinderella run.
Yeah, they're probably going to be pretty good for a couple of years to come. Now you get all those guys coming out of high school, like, I want to play for them. so
Okay.
Right?
yeah, they're probably going to be pretty good for the next 2 or 3 years.
They're gonna be picking like, oh, they went to finals. Oh yeah, I'm going for those schools.
Yeah. Well, just like Alabama is in football, and now it's Georgia, and I think it's going to be. I mean, that's why UConn is good every year. Why who else is good every year? Let me think
Duke?
here. Duke. Oh yeah, Duke. I mean,
Kentucky. Wait, are you
Kentucky,
talking like
Houston,
regular
yeah.
season wise or tournament wise?
just both. I mean, solid teams all around.
I see.
I mean, San Diego State actually makes it most years, right?
Yeah,
At
they've
least
had
to the
like a pretty
tournament.
good record,
Yeah.
like going into the tournament, but they end up like falling short year after year, except for this year.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that was a bummer. I was actually hoping that USF was going to make it to the tournament this
Ooh.
year, because that would have been cool. They're our next door neighbors, but
yeah.
they almost got it done. I think when I looked at the standings, they were close, but hopefully next year they'll be in.
Do you know what their record was?
Not offhand. I think it was a losing record, but they were almost at 500, because their conference is. I think their conference is pretty tough.
Yeah, with like a losing record or just like being at like the 500% winning mark. Yeah, there's no way they would make it to the conference. Like
Yeah.
like this tournament's asking for literally the best of the best. So, yeah, I mean, at least they made it last year. So there's that.
Yeah, and that's why I thought they were going to make it again. But there's always next year, and I think the next closest school that made it was UC Santa Barbara.
That's
Ooh,
right.
USC.
Yep.
And did they get like booted out of the tourney early?
Yeah, no, they were
Like
in the
first
first round. Yeah, they were playing. Oh man, who were they playing? It wasn't Arizona, because Arizona lost to Princeton.
Was it Creighton?
No, because they were like the lowest seed. It
Like,
was
oh,
someone. Yeah, it was someone.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I wish we had our bracket
Yeah.
last time.
Let me see.
Let's see.
And those D1 high schoolers gonna be picking which school they're gonna pick.
Yeah.
I would be I'm like watching it right now.
Yeah.
Like this is how I decide my school right now. Let's see.
Yeah. All right, who
Here it is.
who went the furthest?
Yeah, it's like top 4. Okay, I'll pick
Yeah.
top
All
4.
right.
Okay.
UC
Oh,
Santa
Baylor.
Barbara.
Baylor. It was
Yeah.
Baylor. I actually had Baylor win the whole thing in my bracket, and that did not happen. So
Bro.
I think I had USF. No, UC something. I forgot. Yeah.
Wait, weren't you rooting for San Diego State to win it all?
No, it wasn't a Final Four, but like when we talk about our Final Four, who's gonna win? I picked San Diego State, but not all the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, USC, I was trying to go all the way.
USC.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
But the Final Four, I was going for San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you correctly predicted that. Did you pick them to go into the national championship game?
Oh no, I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So you did. So you were going for FAU. You were the second one.
Yeah, I was the second win.
Wait, was it a unanimous agreement then last week?
Because remember last time we were all like kind of still like deciding, and we said we'll discuss it like next week. But yeah, I forgot, but I'm pretty sure.
Wait, did Ben ever give us a follow up to that?
No.
A follow up answer?
I don't
Or-
think so.
Ben. All right, just jokes. Well, as all of you may know by now, the MLB season has finally arrived.
Ooh.
So, on a absurd note, at first, the MLB posted on their IG page this post of an excuse letter with fill in the blanks that read, and I quote, "To whom it may concern, please excuse blank from blank on Thursday, March 30th, 2023. It is Major League Baseball's opening day, and blank has become an integral part of the blank family. Opening day wouldn't be the same without them. We appreciate your understanding on this matter, and we'd love for you to join us too. Don't hesitate to tweet us with any questions. Best at MLB. End quote. What do you guys think about that little satirical take? Or
When did they post this again?
31st?
March 30th.
Oh, 30th?
So this was
Thursday? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
normally I'd say April Fool's, but it was not April Fool's.
Yeah.
So
A
don't
hint of April Fools?
yeah, maybe it was like early April Fools or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I don't know if it just reminds me of like those bandwagon slip memes. Like,
Yeah.
hey, sorry for
Blank.
hating X team. I'm gonna be a fan of Y team.
Uh-huh.
Like it's all those memes that are like blowing up on NBA meme pages and stuff like that.
I like how they just put it blank rather than like, just like a random word or something. Or like a team.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna go root for the Bucks now because they have a better winning record than the Warriors,
Or-
for example.
Yeah, or like somewhere in the West I'm rooting for, like, at least they left it blank, so it's more confidential.
Yeah. So, from my understanding, according to Caesar's Sportsbook, the Astros, the reigning World Series champions, boo, boo, or as both me and Dominic know very well, in Ben's way of saying boo, he goes, boo.
That was Ben's boo.
Oh yeah.
That's his very, very obnoxious boo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, they have the best odds of winning the World Series at plus 400.
Jeez.
Yankees, meanwhile, they have plus 750, plus 800 for the Mets, plus 850 for the Dodgers and Braves, plus 950 for your Padres, GN, plus 1,200 odds for the Toronto Blue Jays, plus 1,800 for the Mariners, plus 4,000 for the Shohei Ohtani-led Anaheim Angels, and a whopping plus 7,500 odds for the Orioles. Now for the Giants, meanwhile, they have plus 3,000 odds to win it all. And I can understand why they gave them those odds. They just been playing. They're mediocre. They're a
just
very
okay,
mediocre
yeah.
team. And you're a Giants fan yourself, right, Dominic?
Yep.
I think you have like a lot of say for the about the Giants, don't you?
Yeah, they made some good moves in the offseason, bring in some better pitching, hopefully bring in some better batting, re-signing Jock, obviously, and I was wrong, so as you just showed me, they did not win 14-3 today, they won 12-3, but the biggest problem that I think the Giants have, that they had last season, and obviously today they didn't, but just getting any offense. I mean, they just couldn't get any bats going last season. And I mean, even in the first game of their season this year, Webb threw 12 strikeouts and they were shut out. I mean, if you've got your starting pitcher throwing, 12 Ks in his first game and you put up a big old 0 for the offense, I mean, I don't really know what more he can give to you. I mean, putting up 12 in opening day is huge. That's just, you just got to get the bats going. But they did that today with 7 homers. Villar had 2, and they just look confident today. And I think if they can keep that up, then they'll be really solid for the rest of the year.
Interesting take.
Yeah, 12 today, just crazy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that score in a bit.
especially with 7 homers. I mean, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that they're putting up 7 homers in one game.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a deceiving, what's the word? Just like a deceiving
Just a fluke.
perception. Yeah, or a fluke, that
Yeah.
too. I mean, like, as Giants fans, like, God forbid that's just a fluke, and hopefully it's a sign of, like, actually being better, at least getting out of complete mediocrity. So, I'm hoping for the best from that.
Absolutely.
And speaking of best, Aaron Judge, who is I think he's the reigning American League MVP, is he? Yeah. And he's also currently the all-time American League single season home run record holder.
Yep.
And his first at bat when they played the Giants on opening day was a freaking home run. A home run.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And from my understanding, he has 2 home runs on the season already. So
You're gonna play.
it's hot take time.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait. Want to hear
So
this.
my hot take today is Aaron Judge is going to break his own home run record this season. So going for 63 if my math is correct. So why do I say this? So as I've mentioned before, Aaron Judge has 2 home runs already on the season. And also, like I've mentioned before, he's the reigning American League MVP, and he has been on a roll despite coming up short of going to the World Series back in October against the Phillies, or was it Astros? Oh, no, it was Astros, right? Okay, yeah, Astros. I thought so. Not to mention, Aaron Judge last season broke the AL home run record with 62 of his own.
Ooh.
And granted that he has 2 already, he's currently on pace to at least tie that record. And he's probably going to hit 63 for all we know. And given his stats, we're going to see that happen sooner than later. I'd be surprised if he hits that record by July.
Oh, that would be crazy.
That would be insane. And like Aaron Judge, he's just been a unit from like the moment he stepped onto an MLB plate. Like he was an instant star. And that momentum is only like it's just getting more and more insane, really.
Yeah.
So
If you calculate that in July, how many per game? How many home runs would he make if he hits that in July? Like 2, 3?
what do you mean?
Like to make it to July, if he hit that record already by July.
I mean, there's like a lot of like back-to-back games,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
scattered
I think
throughout the.
Oh yeah, well, because most games are about 3 apiece for 3 days, and then they'll give a 1-day break, fly wherever, and then they play
Exactly.
another 3.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
They're usually, oh man, I think they got to be over 150 games a year, right?
Yeah, there's like 162 typically.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I think that it'll happen this year, like sooner than the end of last season where he broke that record.
He could probably even pass that thing, like to 70 if he.
70. Now that is a hot take
Yeah,
from you.
I would say I would
Okay,
hit
so
that.
so why do you think?
Hey, if he's already starting with 2 already on this, like in the beginning, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get more like better like throughout the thing. It's just a warm up right now.
Pretty much, and
Yeah.
he's already hitting home runs like it's just a walk in the park.
It's like
really.
his first bat, right? Home run.
Yeah, literally his first at bat. So, but despite that, the Giants ended up taking that second game against the Yankees 7-5.
Yep.
So, meanwhile, in Oakland, Renfroe from the Angels just casually had catch of the year. So, Ohtani was pitching to Peterson from the A's. The ball was hit to right field, I think. Then Hunter Renfroe with like a nonchalant catch with his left arm. And like it was a no-look catch, to be exact.
Is it the one when he went like this? Like,
Yeah.
While looking at the thing still?
Pretty
Like,
much.
yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
And everyone was in disbelief. Even Shohei Ohtani himself was in complete awe from that. So,
Now he got a competitor.
yeah. So, now there's a payday. Oh, players have been getting big paydays as of late. So, according to Forbes on an ESPN post, Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals got paid $35.2 million. Corey Seager, number 9, from the Rangers, has a $36 million contract. Garrett Cole from the Yankees with $36.5 million. Carlos Correa from the Twins with $37 million. Anthony Rendon from the Angels with $38.2 million. Mike Trout from the Angels with $39.5 million. And Justin Verlander from the Angels with $44.3 million. And number 3 is Aaron Judge with the Yankees with $44.5 million. Max Scherzer with 59.3 million.
Jeez.
And Shohei Ohtani with 65 million.
Damn.
30 million from the Angels, 35 million off field.
That's crazy. 65, almost double in the first one you said.
Oh yeah, you're right. How did that go over my head?
I was like, jeez.
Yeah. So, wait, what's the update with the game right now? The national championship game.
Let me see.
Last time that I looked, UConn was up by 12,
Yeah.
38-26.
They're probably in the
sorry.
second half by now. So
We can. I'm not sure. It's still like on freaking commercial.
yeah, it looks like they're on a commercial break.
Alright,
Yeah,
Oh.
38-26.
Okay,
18
so
left in the
they
second.
just started the second half.
Yep.
UConn is up 38-26. It's going to be interesting. What do you guys think? Who's going to take this?
Oh, I don't know, because a lot of stuff can happen in the second half. Usually,
Yeah.
I think there's some games that they lose the first half and they freaking make a comeback on the second.
I mean, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Normally I think a lot of people would count out San Diego State, but they were down by 15, right?
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah,
Florida, so I
15 or
think
10.
yeah, I mean they're down by 12 at the moment, and I think you can't count them out looking at what they did last game. But I think you also have to take in hand that UConn is a really freaking good basketball team, so
Yeah.
they're not going to just let San Diego State have it, just walk on in. So it's good. I think the ending is going to be pretty close. I'm going to say San Diego State because they're from California. Like
Yeah.
like the hopeful part of me, and you know what, I'm not gonna say the realistic part. I'm gonna just go with San Diego State. That's who's gonna take it.
I would agree.
All right, it's now an 11-point game. San Diego State at the line.
Yep.
I think I'm going to go with San Diego State as well because California.
Mm-hmm.
And Gian, I think it's pretty obvious what you're going with.
I should have worn my hat. I forgot it was today. I used to have a hat for San Diego State since my family used to live where like I think 4 blocks away from not 4 blocks, probably like 3 miles away from the
campus?
school, the campus.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was like way back, probably 2013-ish. And that's why my parents actually wants me to go to SD so we can go back there. But I stuck in SF. I love SF.
So you nearly went to San Diego State over this?
if we didn't move because of my work related for my dad, yeah, I'll probably still be in San Diego State right now. Also, I mean, it's SD basically.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can even get into SD. They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty tough to get in there.
Yeah, San Diego State is like pretty difficult to get into from my understanding.
Yeah, and I seen the wait list there. It's crazy. It's like 20-something% something wait list.
Yeah, San Diego State's one of the better state schools now.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Especially with their reputation, like pretty much at a big high right now, given that the Aztecs are in a national championship game.
Yep.
And I can't recall another Cal State school being in any national championship game in the past decade or ever for that matter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let me think. I mean, San Diego State's got to be one of the best, if not the best, like state school for sports, unless I'm really forgetting one.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything there. Good food, nice weather.
Well, you know what? Fresno State has a pretty good football team, so I think we got to give them that one. But
yeah, and they had I think they have a decent basketball team as well.
Fresno
State.
Fresno State.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they had Paul George there
Yeah.
before he got drafted by the Pacers in
Yep.
2011.
Yeah, well, I know that San Jose State, that's where, well, I'm from San Jose. They have a decent football team. It's always funny. Me and my dad, we get pretty happy when they make it to a bowl game because that's like a big deal because they're not going to the national championship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think San Diego State's probably like the best school or best state school for sports, and then Fresno's probably second, and then San Jose State.
Like best state school in general or Cal State?
Cal State, not state school, but Cal State probably.
I mean, to be fair, given that the Aztecs are in the national championship game, I think you can argue that it is one of the best state schools in general in the U.S. Really, it's probably on like some top 10 list somewhere on the internet for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, do they have a football program?
San Diego State?
Yeah.
That's a good
I
question.
can't remember if they do or
I think
not.
they do.
Right?
Do they not?
I think UC
can't
San Diego
remember.
has a football. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, UC San Diego does.
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
I'm not sure if
about
San Diego
the
State does.
yeah.
San Diego State. Wait, I think they do. Yeah, they do, but it's not really heard of.
Yeah.
Probably because they're like a bad team. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me. But yeah. So in the meantime, let's talk about the NBA standings while we're on the topic of basketball. So it's a wild west out there, as Anthony, who's a guest host on AJ's show We Got Next, put it. It's a wild west. As right now, it's the Lakers, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Thunder, and Mavericks all fighting for a play-in spot. The teams are within 1-3 wins of each other. The Lakers and the Pelicans are tied at 41 and 38, I think.
There you go.
Wait. Can you double check for me, Gian?
Which one are we looking for?
Western Conference standings.
Where do you see that in this? Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. So,
All right.
which one?
All right. So we have Denver on top, of course. We have the Memphis Grizzlies and the Sacramento Kings. The Phoenix Suns in fourth. All right.
LA Clippers.
The Warriors are just hanging on. They are one win outside of the play-in tournament. The Lakers are 40 and 38. So are the Pelicans. The Timberwolves are 39 and 40, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are hanging on to a play-in spot despite having a losing record of 38 and 41. The same can be said for the Timberwolves.
Damn.
So this is very, very interesting.
Damn, Warriors barely making it, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the Warriors aren't in the play-in tournament.
You know what I'm shocked in? That the Mavericks aren't even in the playoff tournament, and they're not in the play-ins either, right?
Yeah, they're
Mavs?
one win.
Yeah, no, that's just. I mean, having Luka with as good of a year as he's having, and then adding in Kyrie, you'd think that they'd be cooking up at the top, but that's not the case.
Yeah, with two All-Stars on your team, it sounds like a great idea on paper.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's anything but the case, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, didn't we talk about last week that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you have two. Then you have three All-Star, but if they don't click, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the case for a lot of sports. I mean, you can look at the Angels; they have Shohei and Trout, and I mean, this year we don't know because they've only played 3 games, but last year they didn't make it to the playoffs, and look at how good those guys are. So it kind of goes anywhere.
Man.
Indeed. So, who do you think is going to come out of this playoff position or this whole playoff thing? Let's start with the play-in tournament. Do you think that the Lakers will stay in it, will stay in the play-in tournament, or will they somehow surpass the Warriors and take the 6th seed in the West?
You know, I want to be annoying to Gary, so I'm going to say that the Warriors are going to hang on and the Lakers aren't going to make it because it's kind of my job to be annoying for Gary at this point. So, you know, Warriors keep it. Yep.
All right. So,
But isn't LeBron back too? So
yeah,
Yeah.
I think LeBron just got back from his
it's-
injury. He was out for a couple weeks.
yeah.
And we all know how LeBron plays in the playoffs. He's going to play out of his mind as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
And
Always.
if the Warriors get into that playoff or like that play-in tournament, let's say that the Warriors end up going to the 7th seed and the Lakers go to the Lakers, or the Lakers end up going to the 8th seed. And if wait. How does a play-in tournament work? Does 7 go up against 10, and then 9 go up against 8?
That's my guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that too.
Yeah, we'll double check on that later. But let's just say that the Warriors end up going against the Lakers in the play-in tournament. if that happens, the Warriors, I think they're kind of screwed because remember in 2021 when they played in the play-in tournament against the Lakers and LeBron hit that huge deep three?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Because Green was talking mad. I think game about that. It was like he was like super. He was talking mad crap to LeBron, and LeBron's like, doesn't. He was like in the break or this halftime, like just watch and then shoot that three, and then they lost.
Yeah,
they got destroyed.
That's why I'm saying that the Warriors cannot afford. Well, generally speaking, they just can't afford to have any losses going forward.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would feel more comfortable seeing them play the Kings than I would seeing them play the Lakers solely because of LeBron. I mean, he's like Ronaldo or Messi or whoever the heck you want to call him. Even though he's 38 now, right?
Yeah,
he's getting
38,
up there.
maybe 39.
Yeah, I mean, you can never count him out. He's still putting up crazy numbers, and like I said, I'd rather the Warriors play a 7-game series against Sacramento than play one game against the Lakers. So
agreed, and that's gonna be an intense matchup.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be like a 50-50 thing. By that I mean it's either gonna be a sweep or it's gonna be a 7-game series. So, in this scenario, assuming that the Warriors do in fact hang on to the 6th seed, I would say that the Warriors will take down the Kings in 7. Sure, the Kings may have a better record right now. However, they don't have the playoff experience, the same kind of playoff experience that the reigning NBA champions do. Look at Curry, look at Clay, Draymond, even Andrew Wiggins, who's supposed to be coming back at some point this week, but is completely besides the point. Yeah. Like, the Kings are heavily outmatched as far as playoff experience goes. You have, there's De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray. I think he's a rookie, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's Domantas Sabonis, who is previously on the Pacers. Maybe he's been in 1 or 2 playoff trips. And, I mean, that's pretty much their only experience. And everyone else is just, they have no experience whatsoever. But the only one who has full experience is their head coach, Mike Brown.
Yeah.
True.
So with that in mind, maybe they'll have an upper edge with that coaching. But at the same time, the Warriors have Steve Kerr, and he has more playoff experience, both as a player and a coach.
That's crazy, yeah.
So with that in mind, I'm gonna have to give the upper edge to the Warriors in this matchup.
And also, since it's the playoffs, you got to play in Sacramento and then in SF, and I think the Warriors can hold their own in Sacramento. I think that they're gonna have a lot of energy because it's their first playoff trip since 2001 or something like that.
Yeah, it's 2006.
2006. Oh.
Yeah, it was the first time. It's the first time in 17 years that the Kings are actually going to the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then you got to go to Chase Center, and you just can't beat the atmosphere there. I mean, I haven't even the last time I've been to a Warriors game, and the only time was at Oracle, but at Chase Center, you just can't beat. I mean, the atmosphere there, the electric feel to it, and I think because the fans also have playoff experience too, which is kind of funny to think about. So I think
wait, I'm sorry, you said the fans?
Yeah, just because the Warriors have been to the playoffs so many times, they know when to be loud and when to be loud, when to get the atmosphere going, and I think that's why it's so hard to beat the Warriors at home, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, to play devil's advocate, the Kings have very, very devoted fans.
That's true.
Very die-hard fans who've been waiting this moment for pretty much their whole lives. So, and they constantly chant, "Light the beam, light the beam, light the beam," which was introduced this past season. And so far, it's worked like a charm.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
And that's just an understatement. So...
And you didn't even expect the Kings to go to the 3rd seed right there.
Yeah, nobody expected
I wouldn't
this.
have expected them to go to the playoffs. I mean, I was thinking, all right, another mediocre year, and then just counting them out. I was like, yeah, no, they're not making it. I mean, you could say maybe play in, but even then, I was like, I don't know,
Yeah, and beforehand, they were the only team in the entire league to have not gone to the playoffs throughout the 2010s.
Wow.
Every other team, all other 29 or not 29, is it? Okay, yeah, it is 29. All other 29 teams in the NBA have gone to the playoffs at some point in the 2010s.
Yeah,
and that's kind of that kind of hurts to hear.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say that the Kings are at the very least starting to redeem themselves from missing out a whole 17 years of missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we'll see very soon that whether or not the Kings can hold up to that momentum that they have going right now. Will it be a fluke or are they a big deal? We will find out soon enough. So, on that note, this has been Something Sporty on KSFS Radio. I am Eric. We have
aka Gian or Sid,
and
Dominic.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening to another episode of Something Sporty. We truly appreciate it. You can listen to us. You can find us online. We have an Instagram at Something Sporty KSFS. That is at Something Sporty KSFS. We also have a YouTube channel where we upload videos weekly. So please check us out on both of our pages. We truly appreciate any and all support. And coming up next is Radiohead with Noah at 8 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. And on that note, we are signing out. And we will see you all same time, same place next Monday. Take care, everybody.
See y'all later.
there you go.
Bye-bye.